Next thing is installing the rear subframe that we got. So I'm gonna put my knuckles on some new control arms. And I'm probably gonna use these ISR camber arms. The car's got some stuff, but I might keep this stuff as spares and just use like this and some of the stuff that I have. So now probably lift this car up, get the subframe and start assembling some of this in the subframe. I'll probably let Sandra start doing some of that while I start getting the subframe out of this car ready to be pulled out. All right guys, so we got the two subframes laid out. I originally just bought this like a couple days ago, and then I realized that I was gonna have to do subframe bushings, and we didn't have any in stock. Not having any in stock, I looked up to see if anybody had some, and I ended up finding a subframe with them in for the same price I paid for that, which kind of sucks, but yeah. So now at least I have a subframe with some risers in it. I don't think these are FD legal, and I'm more than likely gonna have to get shims made, but I'll deal with that when we go to FD. So we're doing that. We're gonna use the Nismo lower control arms. To be honest, I might change those out later on too, to some shorter ones, or modify those to some B2B shorter. But for right now, we're gonna rock that with the Weiss Fab Driftwork V3 Geomasters for the rear knuckle setup. Like I said, ISIS arm for that. More likely gonna run my Park Shop Max toe arms that I have on this car, but we might put some Voodoos that we have in stock just so I can have some fresh stuff on this engine or this subframe car thing. So for now, we're gonna do that. Sandra's gonna try to figure it out, and Chi-Chi's gonna help her. So we frame out. You can tell this thing has a 350Z diff. I just didn't want that because of the high gear ratios, so I didn't really plan to use that. Those are the tow rods that I was talking about. I plan to take off real quick, so then we can put it on that one. That one's kind of looking together, minus tow rods. I'm gonna stick with OEM length traction rods for now, just because that changes things up a lot. And I don't really want to change too much of the suspension setup, really. I mean, I might change it later on, but that takes more time to adjust to have like the proper setup. I don't really feel like changing that yet. But here we go. I'm actually gonna go over here and try to clean some of this stuff out, move some of the lines. I was waiting to do some of this now that the subframe was out, instead of trying to sneak myself into here and trying to get it all done. But I'm gonna try to clean this up and get it all ready for the next stuff. All right guys, so it's kind of neat when one of your little neat ideas kind of works, or seems like it's kind of gonna work. So remember, I've been showing you guys my fuel box thing and the homemade search thing that I've been making. So the plan is to do this right here and just make a cover for this, and then this is boxed in, and no fumes will be in the car. The gas will be contained of any type of fire, and it just makes it kind of neat. So you get feed to the engine, return from the engine, return to tank, and feed from tank. So you can see the start tank down there. The lines just come from there to here, and from this one to that one down there. And then I just gotta continue to run these lines this way, go around, and try to run into the body, since I have the chassis off right now. I wanted to do this, all of this, start at least laying out the lines. Now that I have the subframe off, I'm just gonna move them to the other side, so then I can throw the subframe on real quick, and we can start putting it together, because we're kind of running out of time. And obviously the faster I do this, the faster I can get it done, and the faster I can put the car to roll in, the faster I can go home tonight and maybe actually get some sleep, because it's Sunday night. So yeah, we got that done. This is still, we're still assembling some of this. It'll probably be easier to assemble most of this actually on the car, because it'll just be lighter to lift this up with me and Sandra, and then we can come over here and take whatever we need from this one. Like I think we gotta take wheel bearings and the tow rods for now, and then that's it, I believe. Oh, I need rotors. Oh man, I don't have any Z32 rotors here. I might have to use those rotors just for now, just so they're on there. I do have some Z32 calipers in a box in here somewhere that I got from Japan's parts service. So I'm gonna be throwing those on there, and we're gonna keep pushing along. Like I said, it's kind of neat. We're pretty much getting to the last little bit of stuff. It's just about to be, after we do that, the last thing we have to do is steal the coilovers from this car, because I'm getting them from Tyler, and putting them on my car. Just, you know, get rid of these stands or whatever, and just have at least some upgraded ones, or some that I know for sure work. I don't even know if any of these, more than likely all of these coilovers are blown up, but you know, I just hope they weren't. But luckily Tyler had those over there, so I'll be able to throw those on, so that I'm already used to the car immediately. I don't have to start readjusting stuff and changing stuff up. We got most of the wiring done. I decided that for now, since I don't have the budget, we're still gonna stick with the MS3 Pro. We're gonna run the MS3 Pro and a whole bunch of switches and relays. More than likely this first relay box, I'm gonna do it the most simple I can do and just have it run in the car. Eventually I'll do V2 of the relay box, where I would put the rest of the stuff, like for my nitrous and whatever other silly stuff that I wanna do, I'll add that onto it. Or in hopes, I don't even have to do that, in hopes that I can just go PDM. So do that. The next step was figuring out the pedal box and how to do a brake switch. So I needed to find a way to be able to get a brake switch. So whenever I hit the brakes on the pedal box, to be able to let the tail lights know that, hey, we gotta turn on. So there's a couple different methods to do that whenever you go into a pedal box. The best, I believe, and the nicest-ish way would be to like have a PDM, and then you run a pressure sensor inside of the rear brake, and you control the rear tail lights according to that pressure sensor. Then the next step after that, you can just get an actual pressure sensor that's just an off and on switch. I just don't know which pressure sensor or whatever to get. And then the third way it is to try to use an on and on switch, kind of like the stock one is. And my idea is, it looks pretty simple. You just do this, and then when you hit the... Alright, so with this being right here, and the pedals at its resting position, when you hit the pedal, as you can see, the switch turns. Alright, so we got to the point where we were going to put this subframe in the car, and we noticed that from here to right here, it's a lot smaller than this one from here to right there. Then we measure it, and well, it is definitely smaller. So we can't use this at all now, and now it defeats the purpose, and it's late, and there's no possible way me and Sandra can pick this thing back up to go in here. So we're kind of screwed right now. Fuck. And more fuck. So I got this kind of figured out a little bit. I cut the bracket from the other pedal. As you can tell, I'm gonna set it up right there. I still have a little bit of play, and I can probably even maybe angle it a little bit more. So it's depressed. The pedal. Press this. It's hard for me to record this and all that at the same time. I'm just not good at it yet. But I would try to just weld this on here. We got the little tab welded up. It's not cool enough for me to play with it. Alright guys, so I also made this quick little panel. I'm going to put this on my firewall. It's pretty easy to install though. Once in the car, I'm just coming with my engine harness. Clicks in, and turns, and clicks again, and then you're in there, ready to go. Front power harness, engine bay, engine harness. So this will go to my SR stuff, and on the back end, this stuff from here will go to the ECU on this side, and from this side will go to the power panel, if I need to make that. So I made this just really quickly just to have something out of some scrap we have laying around. So that's after I painted that. That looks really nice. And done OEM, so got something else kind of quickly done out of the way. At least started. Laying out a whole bunch of my spare switches, fuses, and relays. I have some more relays over here in the bag. Some more new ones over here I got from Dustin. So I'm gonna try to do the relay box maybe tomorrow or sometime this week. But I really need to worry about the subframe things. So I'm gonna try to get those bushings and then maybe burn the other ones or smack the other ones out. I really need to get that subframe thing done like this weekend, and hopefully I need to get done my brake lines for this. I really, maybe tomorrow after work I'll map this out, and maybe Wednesday I'll go and have them made. I need to order the reservoirs for these. I need to order a throttle cable. So I need to order a whole bunch of these things and get things made that I can, so I can, you know, obviously have this done as soon as possible. I really want to have all of it pretty much done this weekend, so then maybe all I have to do is stick my SR in real quick, build quick intercooler pipings, and measure everything else out, and that should be all of it. I'm hoping it's going to be that easy, but obviously it's not going to be that easy, because otherwise the S14 subframe would be in there already, and we'd be having this problem, and we would be a couple days ahead. I really wish that would have gotten done, because then it would have just been finding a diff or doing some sort of diff situation this week. And like, I could have been prepping for my SR, or prepping to take out my SR or whatever, you know. But yeah, so that settles back a whole bunch. Really need to hopefully hurry up and get this done as soon as I possibly can. Need to figure out wiring, so I'm gonna go home and finish the rest of this layout out, so then I know all my lengths, and then I can figure out an order in the wiring, and then figure out what connectors I need and what pins I need. You know, I'm gonna keep it basic, but I'm gonna also need a couple sensors and things like that, so I need to figure all that out. So that's gonna be it for today, guys. I'm gonna go home, and hopefully I continue to do things to get this car done. Thanks for watching, by the way. I know it's not even that fun or cool, but hopefully at the end this car is going to be cool, and you guys have seen kind of all the little things I've done to it, so it'll be neat anyways, even for my own record.